and welcome to the Phoenix News Report. In our top story tonight, we learned the one reason why Kamala Harris is the perfect person to take on Donald Trump, because she brings out his absolute worst.
She was always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
She is. Ugh. Dude makes my tits itch. I'd say that he should read the room, but there is a lot of evidence that he doesn't actually know how to read. And really, one of his handlers should have known to bring him a juice box when he starts throwing a hissy fit.
Trump's attacks aside, things seem to be going pretty well for Vice President Kamala Harris. She's narrowed the gap in several swing states and even opened up leads in some. It's almost like people were screaming for a candidate that wasn't an ancient white guy, and then when they got one, it made them, like, I don't know, happy?
Okay, at first, I thought I'd eaten the wrong brownies again. But when I described how I was feeling to my therapist, she told me I was describing happiness. So welcome. So very unfamiliar.
Yeah. She's also been racking up a ton of donations from groups on Zoom, the latest of which was a White Dudes for Harris virtual fundraiser. And we have a white dude here to comment on that.
Cool. Who?
Who do you think?
I genuinely don't know.
You made a whole video about this?
Oh, right. Okay. Roll that clip. Hi, my name is Austin Dutz, and I'm not just a white dude for Harris. I am every white dude for Harris. I'm middle class and middle aged, just like all white dudes. I live in the okay kind of suburbs, and I drive a bland but affordable hatchback. Because I'm a white dude. For Harris, I live in a ranch-style home. The kind you don't have to ask where the bathrooms are, because you just somehow already know. I wear embarrassingly unfashionable shorts when I mow my lawn. It's a lawnmower Mark II. That's white guy standard height. And I'm a white dude. For Harris. My only hobby is cuddling with my Instant Pot at night, while watching cooking shows about grilling and drinking craft beer. Even my Instant Pot's for Harris. When you think about white dudes for Harris, you're thinking of me. And I'm thinking of voting for Kamala Harris. And also, maybe grilling this weekend. Oh, and talking about craft beer. And the MCU.
Great news for trans people who can't afford to pay for expensive gender reassignment surgery. Fox's Jesse Waters has an easier way.
And I heard the scientists say the other day that when a man votes for a woman, he actually transitions into a woman.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, that's what the science says.
Science says that.
Well, that all sounds perfectly logical and reasonable. But wait. I voted for Hillary Clinton, and my gender didn't change. So did I not do it right?
Did you squinch up your eyes, kind of like Yeah, I mean, you can't just walk into a voting booth and vote for a woman and then your gender changes. It's a process. Do you not know anything about medicine? You have to, kind of like you're sucking on a lemon, like a little and like your voice kind of in the back of your throat, kind of high. Yeah. Try that the next time.
Okay, I'll try that.
Great.
Good news for Trump fans. Your leader and savior says you won't need to vote anymore after this coming election.
You won't have to do it anymore. 4 more years, you know what? It'll be fixed, it'll be fine. You won't have to vote anymore, my beautiful Christians. I love you, Christians. I'm a Christian. I love you. Get out. You got to get out and vote. In 4 years, you don't have to vote again. We'll have it fixed so good you're not going to have to vote.
And why not show him how much faith you have in his grand plan and start not voting anymore today? What could possibly make the glorious leader more proud of you than to see his chosen ones getting out and living his message of staying away from the levers of government right now? Own the libs by letting them bake in those long polling lines without water while you bask in your air-conditioned home, knowing that you've kept democracy safe so that Trump can be your dictator on day one.
Donald Trump's couldn't be funny even if he tried vice president pick JD Vance said he wants to, quote, go to war against the idea that women don't have to have kids. Sounds like he doesn't respect a woman's right to choose anything.
Well, I, for one, am outraged. I mean, it is 1824, and we all know that women belong at home, having babies.
Austin, it is actually 2024, and women have been working and raising kids for like a really long time now.
Oh, okay. Well, then maybe JD Vance should fuck off.
Yes, I think some fucking off is very much in order. The director of Project 2025 has stepped down following backlash to the batshit insane manifesto. Trump has been trying to distance himself from Project 2025, which was created by 140 of his former staffers, including the guy that just resigned. That's like me trying to distance myself from Austin.
I'm right here. I'm always right here. Big news! As Evan Gershkovich, Alsu Kurmashiva, and Paul Whelan were released from Russia in a prisoner swap. The trio is expected to never leave the Western Hemisphere ever again.
President Biden has proposed several reforms to the Supreme Court. Here to tell us more is White House spokesperson Jen Haston. Jen, what are some of these reforms that the president is proposing?
Well, any justice that has served however long Clarence Thomas has must immediately resign and be replaced with a woman of color with a hyphenated last name.
I don't really hate that idea.
And of course, Supreme Court justices are no longer allowed to ride on boats.
Oh, so like they can't go on a rich person's yacht who has business before the court?
Nope. All boats. Apparently the sea is where judicial ethics go to die.
Huh. So, Jen, what do you think the likelihood is of these reforms passing?
Well, it depends on the election, but if all goes well, we'll be buying mini quiches for Clarence Thomas' retirement party before too long.
Okay, great. Thanks, Jen, and everybody. Go vote.
After the assassination of a Hamas leader, it looks like all hell is about to break loose in the Middle East.
Isn't all hell already breaking loose in the Middle East?
Well, that's
In fact, hasn't all hell been continuously breaking loose in the Middle East since pretty much forever? Is there even any more hell to break loose?
No, actually, it all broke already.
Is there even anything that could be done to make things worse at this point?
Surprisingly, yes. Like, be careful what you wish for. I think we really need to do just a kind of a big do-over on pretty much everything that's gone down there in like the past millennium or so.
Well, I'm sure that our world leaders will get right on that.
They always do.
If you worked for the police, would you hire a police officer who left the army for misconduct, stopped showing up to previous police jobs with no reason given, and has been described by a member of the Board of Trustees as an arrogant and cocky loose cannon? Hey, if you said no, you were smart not to hire Mel Gibson from Lethal Weapon. But if you said yes, then congratulations. You just hired Deputy Sean Grayson, a police officer whose skills include getting drunk and shooting black people. Especially ones like Sonia Massey, who called the police for help. Hey, what if we did background checks on the people who are hired to protect us?
Let's talk about the Olympics. Simone Biles is awesome, Katie Ledecky is awesome, and that nerd guy on the pommel horse is awesome, and we even kick ass at rugby now. So that's cool.
Speaking of that nerd guy, if you want to be an Olympic level flippity-dippity, you need focus. And nobody has focus like Steven Nedorozic. The man was born with strabismus, meaning his eyes are crossed every which way. He is a Rubik's Cube solving Sudoku fan who has to feel his way through the pommel horse. Which means, don't let this man's strong, sensual hands anywhere near your lover unless you want to go home alone.
And I just want to point out that that joke was written by a dude, and I'm curious, Austin, do you have a guy crush on him?
We all do, Andrea. And just because I'm an ally doesn't mean I'm not also the competition.
But we want to shine a spotlight on the lesser-known Olympic events, the unsung heroes that don't get as much coverage.
First of all, Our congratulations to Larry Wapiti for taking home the bronze for the U.S. in the men's freestyle small plot gardening competition. Man knows how to grow a carrot.
Makes me proud to be an American. Now, the U.S. women's middleweight data entry and pivot tables relay placed a respectable 14th just behind Tanzania. Solid effort, ladies. We're proud of you.
And way to go, what's in the box 4367? They took the coveted silver in welterweight class unboxing/product placement. There was some pretty fierce competition this year, and they managed to pull out a top 3 win in under 5 minutes, including ads.
Now, you've heard of physical gymnastics, but in mental gymnastics, JD Vance took home the gold medal for going from Trump is America's Hitler to being his running mate.
My brain hurts just thinking about that. And on a related note, the Donald Trump campaign also took home the gold for extreme victimhood after this exchange.
Why should black voters trust you after you have used language like that?
Well, first of all, I don't think I've ever been asked a question in such a horrible manner. First question. You don't even say, hello, how are you? Are you with ABC? Because I think they're a fake news network, a terrible network. And I think it's disgraceful.
That is some gold medal self-victimizing right there from one of the world's most powerful men, acting like someone just kicked his puppy after an entire lifetime of being the biggest asshole imaginable. Truly incredible.
The crew of the ISS celebrated the 2024 Olympics by competing in the Zero Gravity Games. The initially tongue-in-cheek friendly competition turned tragic, however, when one of the astronauts burned up in the atmosphere while setting the all-time record in distance for the long jump.
Carrie Fisher's iconic gold slave Leia costume just sold at auction for a whopping $175,000. Experts speculate that the costume might have sold for even more had a significant portion of the bidders been willing to move their paddles off their laps.
Bad news as the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile flipped on its side after overcorrecting from a sharp turn. The giant wiener skidded nearly 100 feet before stopping, or 120 feet if you start measuring closer to the buns.
It looks like the next pandemic will be coming from Greece this year due to a new menace called the goat plague. They say that humans aren't affected by it, but we say the goat plague is when the Dark Lord escapes from hell and starts with killing the cute little goats and sheep before showing up in everyone's bedrooms. This is a great time to stock up on masks and crucifixes and become a vegan.
And finally tonight, a black bear and her cub climbed into a parked car, thrashed the interior, and then fled into the woods. In response to the incident, the Connecticut Department of Wildlife, once again, pleads with citizens not to show the Bohemian Rhapsody scene from Wayne's World to wild animals. They are very impressionable. And Dana Carvey has surprising cross-species appeal.
That wraps up this week's episode, which was nice because a bunch of super crazy shit didn't keep happening all the time this week. Yay!
We'll be back next week, but until then,
Love you.
Bye. I'm right here. I'm always right here.
Is there like stuff in these?
There's chocolate. You a cup?
No, I'd have to tell you if I was. I think that's how it works. If I can taste colors right now, is that bad?
Which colors?
Purple mostly.
Switch brownies with me.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Hey, how many fingers do you have?
On me?
I have 10, man. Is that a lot?
Dude.
Yeah.
Hello, little guys.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We don't think about our fingers nearly enough.
No, we should do an episode on fingers. Be
Special
awesome.
report.
Yeah.
We'll do a finger special report.
Jen. Hey, Jen.
Yeah.
Jen.
Jen.
Hey, Jen.
Jen.
Jen, Jen, Jen. Jen.
Jen.
Jen.
Baby
Jen.
girl.
Do a fingers report.
Yeah, do a fingers report. You can be like the chief fingers correspondent.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. This is really good.
Yeah, that's good. I think they have a little salt. Weed. They have
Oh,
weed.
okay, got it. I was hoping there was weed in there.
Oh, so much weed.
This past month's shit.
Yeah, I actually almost forgot the brownie.
Oh.
S'mores.
Mm.
S'mores.
Ooh.
Jen. Jen.
Jen.
Jen.
Jen.
Hey, Jen.
Pumpkin.
Jen.
Sweetheart.
Jen.
I love you. Jen. Just smash marshmallows and you just, it's hot. Uh-oh. Austin fell down.
I'm good.
He's fine. Don't worry. He's a professional. He's a professional newsman, so he's okay. He knows how to do this.
I am the news.
He's in the news. He's in the news all the time.